Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for joining. This is very auspicious. Again, we have gathered here for our continuous reading of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, the glories of Krishna and his devotees. We are on Canto 8. So we will continue reading further. We will offer our prayers and bhajan to their Lordship Radha Madhav, and then we will begin our reading or hearing of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astata Shri Srimati Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astata Shri Srimati Devangresh A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON MBBT Founder-Acharya Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Astata Shri Srimati Devangresh Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Guri Vaishnava Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Six Goswamis Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोकुपिना श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री मायापुर धाम की जय, श्री नवदीप धाम की जय, श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, यमुना मैया की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, श्याम वेत भक्त वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। All glories to Assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8. The Canto 8 is titled as Withdrawal of the Cosmic Creations. And we are on Chapter 6, the demigods and demons declare a truce. And today's verse is text 32. Okay, please repeat after. Tato deva asuraha kratva samvidam krata sauradaha yudyamam paramam chakru amrita arthe parantapa tato deva sura kritva samvidam krita saurada udyamam paramam chakrur amritarthe parantapa tato deva sura kritva samvidam kritva saurada udyamam paramam chakrur amritarthe parantapa tato deva sura kritva samvidam krita saurada udyamam paramam chakrur amritarthe parantapa tato deva sura kritva samvidam kritva saurada udyamam paramam chakrur amritarthe parantapa tato deva sura kritva samvedam krita saurada Udyamam paramam chakrur. Amritarde parantapa. What is this? Tato deva sura kritva samvidam krita saurada udmam paramam chakrur amritarte parantapa tato deva sura kritva samvedam krita saurada yudmyamam paramam chakrur amritarte parantapa tato deva sura kritva samvedam krita saurada udmam paramam chakrur amritade parantapa. Anyone else? Okay. Tato, or thereafter, Deva Asura, both the demons and the demigods, Kritva, executing, Samvidam, indicating, Krita Asauruda, an armistice between them. Udvyamam, enterprise. Paramam, supreme. Chakru, they did. Amrita Arthe, for the sake of nectar. Parantapa, O Maharaj Parikshit, chastiser of enemies. Translation and purports by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and Guru Parampara Ki Jai. Translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, chastiser of the enemies, the demigods and the demons thereafter made an armistice between them. Oh, that's the on? Okay, we repeat the translation again. O Maharaj Parikshit, chastiser of enemies, the demigods and the demons thereafter made an armistice between them. Then, with great enterprise, they arranged to produce nectar, as proposed by Lord Indra. Purport. The word samvidam is very significant in this verse. The demigods and the demons both agreed to stop fighting, at least for the time being, and endeavored to produce nectar. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur notes in this connection, samvida yuddhe pratignayam Achare namni toshane sambhasane kriyakare sanketa gnanayor api. The word samvida is variously used to mean in fighting, in promising, for satisfying, in addressing, by practical action, indication and knowledge. Om Ajnana Timirajasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshrumitamena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shriyuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Mitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagadapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadarupasya Cha Kripa Sindhu Paevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today we are just witnessing the churning. Now it will begin. Now both demons and these demigods, they have agreed to do what? To do the churning of the great ocean, milk ocean, with the help of Mandara mountain. Initially, now we are just beginning this pastime, that the churning event. So this is very appropriate verse. What it says in the end, the last line, it says Amritarthe Parantapa. So what is the background for this? How they have reached here is that the demons, they became so powerful, and of course the demigods during that time, they were very weak, and thus what happened? That somehow the demigods, they became very weak, and now it's like they were conquered over by demons, and they were feeling very sad, morose, and they reached to Brahmaji. And Brahmaji, they offered prayers to Brahmaji, and then Brahmaji brought them to Ksheera Sagar, ocean, milk ocean, and they offered the prayers to Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he appeared, and he told them, what did they say? What did he say? He said, you have a mutual agreement between yourselves and demons. And then to do what? To produce the nectar, which will give you the strength, which will bring out the success for you. And the demigods might have asked, like, how come? Why would we do that? And for how long? He said, at least for the sufficient time, so that at least the nectar comes out. And this is the verse. It says, Amritarthe. You bring out the nectar only for that time, for that duration. Please have a mutual agreement, a truce, or peaceful treaty between you and demons. So then Lord Indra and the other demigods, they understood. They approached Bali Maharaj, which we saw in the previous verses. And Bali Maharaj, he stopped his commanders and other soldiers of killing this Lord Indra and other demigods, because they were coming down, and Bali Maharaj, he thought, oh, they are coming here. But then they don't have weapons. That means they don't have a fighting mentality. Rather, they are coming here for a purpose. So let me hear that purpose. So then he made them sit properly, and then Lord Indra presented what he has heard from Lord Vishnu. And then Bali Maharaj and other commanders, they agreed. That's what we saw last. And now they are here. In the purport, Prabhupada writes, Samvidam is very significant in this verse. Both agreed to stop fighting, at least for the time being, endowed to produce nectar. And this is what is happening right now in the world. If we see, this is the missing link, or this is the point. For the time being, we have to realize what is the most needed factor or most needed element in our life. That is starting with peace. We don't have peace. The one country is fighting with another country, and it goes on. But then for time being, especially for us, we have to come to that agreement that at least for the next 10,000 years, as Srila Prabhupada has said, that we have to come to that agreement that yes, this Krishna consciousness, the nectar of Krishna consciousness, we have to churn it out for the benefit of all the living entities. And in between that process, as we have seen, at least we have heard Lord Vishnu saying that initially what will happen? The poison, halahal, will come out, and it will be treated properly by Lord Shiva, which is the next chapter. So at least for the next 10,000 years, somehow we have to come to that agreement among us as well as people in general. We have to make them understand that this is the most required part of our life, that is Krishna consciousness. And that for that we need to have that treaty between ourselves and our near and dear ones. And that's very hard in the beginning. But then if we have faith in the words of Supreme Personality of Godhead, then we can do it. We have to follow what is given. So here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur notes in this connection, and there are so many different meanings are given for this samvidam. That is, in fighting, in promising, for satisfying, in addressing, and by practical action, indication and knowledge. Here we can see by practical action. Lord Vishnu, he told them, and then Lord Indra, after Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they disappeared, along with Lord Vishnu also disappeared. So then he didn't stop there. He didn't just heard and then okay, Lord Vishnu said that's okay. Rather he did it in action. He actually went to Bali Maharaj. He actually went to his assembly and then he presented his case. So similarly, we have to carry out by our action as well. Not just speaking, but then deep within our consciousness. We may make mistakes in the process, but then the required point is that we have to do it by our practical action. And from the past we can understand so many different examples. The best and the most important example we have seen is Lord Krishna himself. To develop the peace, what he did? He went to Duryodhana and the party. He became the messenger for Pandavas, because naturally Pandavas, they are devotees and they don't want to fight unnecessary. So now they are looking for the best person who can present their case. And Lord Krishna, he agreed that yes, I will go to Duryodhana and party. I will present this peace treaty to them and let's see what happens. And he went. And Duryodhana, did he accept? No, he didn't accept. And then Lord Krishna, he actually requested, not demanded, but actually requested that at least give sufficient land so that the Kshatriya, these 5 Pandavas, they are Kshatriya spirit. By that nature, they have to rule, they have to have a kingdom, and they will rule peacefully. If you don't want them to become emperor, that's okay. They are sufficient, they are happy that they will become kings of these 5 villages, a small land. You may have the big land, that's okay, not problem. But then Duryodhana didn't agree. He said even not a little soil or land where you can put a needle. You know, the top of the needle, how big it is, just a small, tiny. And okay, then we will have a war. And whole, like you can say, Kuruk once is destroyed. And then another example we see, opposite example. What happened is after Krishna's departure, what happened? Yadus. They were very powerful. Who can defeat Yadus? Because Yadu, Krishna, he appeared in Yadu dynasty. And they became so powerful. The whole dynasty became so powerful. But then what happened? Is they fought among themselves. And they got destroyed. Of course, from a Leela perspective, they all, because they are the personal servants or associates of Lord Krishna, so then they went back. But the understanding or the learning is they fought themselves, among themselves, and then they kill each other. And this could happen with our movement as well, if we do that way. Because as Prabhupada used to say many times, that no external force can destroy ISKCON. Why? Because Krishna is present. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Kans and all the demons, they tried to kill Krishna. But Krishna killed all of them without any problem. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada and all the Acharyas, they have given us this wonderful society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. For Krishna Consciousness. So as long as Krishna is in the center, as long as the spiritual master, and of course for our International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Founder-Acharya Srila Prabhupada. As long as Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, they are in the center of this society, no one externally can defeat. And if we continue working together peacefully, then what will happen? Nectar will come out. And another example we can see is Dhruva Maharaj. When Dhruva Maharaj, No. Who was the... Yeah, Dhruva Maharaj, yes. Dhruva Maharaj, he had a brother, right? Uttam, right? He had a brother, Uttam. And then, of course, what happened in the childhood is a different story. Now they are grown up. And after some time, what happened is somehow his brother was killed by yakshas. And Dhruva Maharaj became so much... of course, this is a pastime. But then he thought, okay, no, I will finish all of them. So then he started killing. And then who came? Swayambhu Manu came. Swayambhu Manu said, no, please, calm down, this is not required. And then Kuvera, he also came, and then he pacified. He pacified Dhruva Maharaj, and then Dhruva Maharaj understood, yes, this is not required. So sometimes some difficulties will come, but then, just like here, initially Lord Indra and the demigods, they thought that how come we can have a peaceful treaty with the demons? Demons are always agitating. How can we have that peaceful treaty with them? But then Lord Vishnu said, no, you tolerate it. So Dhruva Maharaj, he understood that yes, this is the time, now tolerate it. And then he continued his spiritual continuation, life. So, in general, what we can learn from here is two things. One is the tolerance, and the other thing is have a faith in the words of Supreme Personality of Godhead and act properly so that in the end, the nectar will come out. Another example we can consider, similar like this one, because here is the point is peace and the nectar. And just then we have read sufficiently about prachetas. So they were the brothers doing the tapasya, doing the austerity to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Together they were performing. And then Lord Vishnu, Krishna appeared and he blessed them. The first thing he said that I am very pleased, of course with the devotion, but then he said something extraordinary, that I am very pleased with your cooperation. That among you brothers, you have so wonderful cooperation. I am very pleased by that cooperation, that now I am giving the blessings. And this is exactly what Srila Prabhupada also said to us, the followers of Srila Prabhupada. That among you cooperate, and that will be love, that will be offering to me, that will be offering to Krishna. And Krishna will be very pleased that he will shower mercy upon all of us. And this ISKCON will go on. Yeah, we have considered. So, in short, we go back to the peace formula, 5.29. That is Bhoktaram Jakatapsam Sarvaloka Maheshwara Shushradam What is that next line? Suradam? Huh? Suradam sarvabhutanam gnatvam santim rachati. Thank you. Yeah? So Krishna says, I am the enjoyer. I am the Lord of all the planets. So, and I am the benefactor or the well-wisher of all the living entities. So if we understand these two principles, that our purpose is to bring out the nectar of Krishna consciousness in our life, in everyone's life, then we will remain peaceful in all circumstances, and we will carry out the action given by our spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada and whole parampara. And then in the end we will produce nectar, at least in our life. We may not be able to do huge things for a society, but at least for our life and our surrounding will be peaceful environment. Of course, it takes a while because at least I have so much anartha, so I'm speaking right now, but then this is like a learning for me as well. That now the words are coming out, now to act upon them as well. So, with that, today's session is very short. I stop here. If any questions or queries. Yes. Yeah, that's very interesting point as well. And yeah, so what is the limit of our tolerance? Yeah, I mean, we've been told. So there are many examples, at least at this time, I can think of. What is the limit of our tolerance? So, it depends on our level. It depends on like, if whatever level we are at, that much tolerance we may develop or show. But then with that, we will learn and then we will go deeper in our tolerance. So, why I'm saying this is, on a Paramahansa level, like exactly the same point I was hearing while I was driving, come to the temple. Exactly the same point. And the point was about the tolerance. And Maharaj was quoting the words of Shistastaka, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarurupi Suishna. So then he was giving the example of a tree and this grass. So first he gave the example of grass. So no matter how much you walk over this grass, even though grass is a living entity, he will not, curse you, yeah, or he will not like shout at you that, oh, don't do this. Even if someone spit at, it doesn't. The same way the tree is giving so much shade, wood, fruits, leaves, branches, everything, so much, oxygen, etc. But then even if you don't water, the tree will die, but then it will not complain. Of course, from a materialistic perspective we can say that, oh, because they don't have a speaking power. But that's a different way to look at. But rather, from a other perspective, see, they are tolerating. But then that's maybe at the Paramahansa level. But then if at a neophyte level, how much we can tolerate? And that's where, if we develop that one tolerance, one level of tolerance, maybe we will jump to the next level of tolerance. And that's what Lord Chaitanya showed. For ourselves, for our own, we have to tolerate everything. For a devotee, for the sake of devotees, other devotees, for the sake of our spiritual master, for the sake of Krishna. If someone is blaspheming Krishna, we may not tolerate. Now, the incident happened in some country because we've been given direction that don't talk about this subject. I'm not talking about that subject. But then I had the same question, that one side we see that for devotees we don't tolerate. At the same time, so as a society we can take that now this is attack on our society. Maybe for now we can just tolerate and then try to develop a solution a different way. But then there will be a time where we may not be able to tolerate. And that's what comes, Krishna comes, that's why Krishna came. That then he didn't tolerate the blasphemy of his Pandavas. So then he killed them all. But then the circumstances will be given by demons. They will create the circumstances themselves. It's not that we have to go and start doing some nonsense. Best example is Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, it's a tricky subject, how much we can tolerate. At least among devotees we try to tolerate.
Within devotees we can tolerate, but outside the world, they take an advantage. No?
Because what will happen, the compassion and this fighting spirit don't go together. So either we have a compassion, because Supreme Person, like a Kalki avatar will come, he will not tolerate. He will not tolerate. He will just, because now they don't have sufficient intelligence, sufficient understanding, sufficient feeling to even appreciate what others are doing. So then that time the different action is given. But then at least while we are progressing, we try to tolerate. And the limit of tolerance is maybe up to individual level. But like Prabhupada tolerated us, our spiritual master is tolerating us. So maybe we will try to develop that quality. Any other question? No? Okay. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय.
Christmas is here. Didi. Christmas is here. Didi.